Hello again, health students. This video is to help you with two specific slides in this presentation, which are slide 8, Aspects of Wellness, and slide 9B of your current event. On our slides template, this is slide 8, Aspects of Wellness, and this is 9B, which is technically slide 10 in your template. And as you'll notice, these two have charts built into them, or tables actually, and basically this sets you up for success in terms of just typing in what you need right here in the box, just like you do in health class when we do nows or other video notes and things like that. So you ought to be pretty used to charts or tables where you put in your information. For aspects of wellness, if you did not discuss any in your connections and analysis, then you can use any two aspects of wellness besides physical. It says that right here to remind you. List and describe two other aspects of wellness besides physical that are affected by this disease disorder. Use specific evidence and details to explain how these other aspects link to physical wellness. The part in blue reminds you that if you discussed an aspect of wellness and connections and analysis, to use two different ones from that. I'm going to double check my chart because I want to make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do. It says to discuss how the disease and disorder connect to two aspects of wellness. I should say connects, I'm sorry. But it doesn't specify how many sentences. So obviously you're going to have to use good judgment, but typically if you do this with a minimum of 4 sentences, you should be okay. So back to the template. We're going to change this part. You have to put which aspect of wellness you are talking about. So I'm going to start with social wellness, and then I will go into my box and just type my 4 sentences. At this point, I'm just going to do some of the modifications I did on previous slides to maybe move this up. The table has a little spot right here where you see it make an up arrow. There's 3 little dots. That's where you have to go to change the table size. So if you click on, if you just hold your mouse right or your cursor right over those 3 dots, now it makes a down arrow, and I can pull it down so that I have more space. And then I'll continue. At this point, I'm going to change the font size. This chart is the one spot where you are allowed to have smaller font than 20. It's just going to be a requirement, obviously, to make everything fit. However, you can make the chart bigger this way, and you can pull it out this way. So you are allowed to adjust this chart to give yourself more space, but because of the fact that we will not be presenting these to our peers in small groups, the font size is not quite as important as it was when we were going to be presenting to people in small groups. So I'm going to move this box up again. I should give myself a little space. And then I will continue typing. I need at least 2 more sentences to make this a good paragraph. And so for the purposes of just doing this tutorial video, we're just going to put 2 more sentences here and pretend I wrote out my 2 sentences. Okay. You saw that it moved where social wellness is a little bit. So if you want to make these 2 boxes look neat again and to have the words centered vertically, so currently they're centered horizontally. If you want to center them vertically, click the align icon here. And the middle one on the bottom is how you center those again so that they are centered vertically and look nice and neat and not weird up at the top. Then I'm going to pick my second aspect of wellness. and I would begin typing in my sentences here. And for the purposes of teaching and just showing you how to do things, I'm going to pretend that I put my 2 sentences there, and we fixed the spacing and alignment here. So here again, I will change the font, because if I were going to type 2 more sentences, I would have to change it. And again, make this font the size you need so it fits in this chart. We are grading these looking directly at your project, and we can enlarge them just as mine is enlarged now. So with the presentation out of the picture, again, the font size on these tables does not have to be quite so big. I don't want to forget my graphics, so I'm going to go to Google like we did before. I've already put in social wellness. I like this one. We're going to copy that image. Since that one's on this side, I'm going to put it up here and try to keep it pretty neat. If you want to make this smaller, you can. You can make the title part a little bit smaller so their pictures have a little more space. I'll go back to Google. My other one was emotional wellness. Let's see what we get. I have another one similar to the one I just used, and so we'll keep that theme in line. Put it there. Move it up into the corner. So again, see the red line lines up at the top of the other picture. So I know that that part is lined up. And then we'll just kind of bring this one down. And it's lining up with that one pretty well. And there you go. So now I've got photos, graphics, as we call it on the chart. This would have 4 sentences at least 4 sentences over here. And now I'm going to remember to put my background color that I want. Okay. And you can format this chart to stay white. You highlight the chart. And on this one, you go to the fill. And it will make it white. So again, highlight the chart. Go to where it says fill color. Pick white. And then it's still going to look blue because it's highlighted, so unclick it, and there you go. So now your chart still looks nice and neat. We can see your beautiful typing inside the boxes, and all is well. When you go to slide 10, pretty much the same thing. You're going to type your article summary here. You're going to type the analysis of your current event here. One graphic. If you want to put 2 because you like that it looks more even with 1 over here and 1 over here, great, you can do that. You can apply all of the same things I showed you in the previous one about how to change where these are inside these boxes if you have to move this around. So again, if you want to make this smaller, you can make it a little smaller. It doesn't have to be super giant. Okay, that's fine too if you want to make it like that, because if you're going to need more space to type, you're going to want to get your chart. So we're going to move. We can move the chart up, make it bigger, do what we have to do. Okay, I'm just providing you a template so you have the framework, but you are able to manipulate things however you want. So again, I want to put these in the middle. I'm going to click my Align tab and do that so it looks cool. I'll put my graphic, I'll type all of my sentences about my current event, change my background color, and then I'll be set. So again, for these 2 specific slides, because they have these tables in them, those were just a little bit different in terms of what you were expected to do, and you needed a couple of more skills to maybe change the chart size, to change your title up here, and to make sure the chart stays white when you put your background color in. So that's really all you need to know to do slides 8 and what is technically 9B but shows up as 10, obviously in the numbered order on your template. Again, remember to add in your works cited for anything that you look up. So your current event, what's going to be great about that is when you put the link to the article here, you automatically have a works cited to go here, and that should give you the three. Like for me, that would be 3. Obviously, if I had if I had a link here for my article, then that would clearly be at least a 3rd source, and then I would meet the minimum requirement of 3. Also, remember to go back to your chart. And so for my slide 8, I did all of these things. So I'm going to highlight those to make sure that I am working towards my extra 5 points right here. If you have any further questions about working on your slides project, please email your teacher. We're happy to help you. But hopefully this video, again, gives you that one last set of skills you need to do these 2 slides that are a little bit different. Slides 4, 5, 6, and 7 are pretty much the same types of things that you had to do for slides 1, 2, and 3, and you were shown all of the skills in those first 3 videos that would cover all the rest of these types of slides. Any further questions, again, please email your teacher, and good luck with your project.